Okay, all right. So we are back for another episode of They Ain't Your Friends podcast. Welcome back, ladies.
Hello, hello.
I feel like we're finding a groove here.
Yeah.
I think you're
So
right.
when did we recorded last Thursday or Friday? Last Friday.
Friday.
Last Friday we had Kim
Yeah,
on
we
the
had
show.
a special guest.
Yeah. Yep. The week kind of flew by then.
The week is really fast, but I feel like we're like on what's that movie?
Groundhog Day.
Oh.
That and 50 First Dates. Like
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I agree.
It is. You just wake up and you're like, okay.
And the only thing that changes with me is that on Tuesdays and Wednesdays I have intervention groups. So I have like an extra something to do. But other than that.
My days are the same every single day. I lay out Dylan's little school schedule and then I get him just the same every day.
I just want my child to wake up at normal hours so that, but it works that she wakes up late because I can get everything done I need to get done. And I'm like, okay. But she did something today. And I was like, you know what? Your mother the bomb teachers.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to work and teach, but usually we're done by like 1 or 2. So then I do my stuff after.
Yeah, but see, like that's when I'm just starting.
But at least
yeah. Yeah, see, Aiden, like, she gets up by herself. She does her work. I don't.
But that's one child. Like Mackenzie does all her
My
own
other
stuff.
one, we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, Mackenzie does all her own stuff. She's very responsible. She gets up, she gets dressed, she eats her breakfast. So she's like, no, I'm gonna eat when this is over. I have 2 classes.
That's Aiden.
Like she does all that. That little one, whole other situation.
Oh yeah, that the boy.
But then Mackenzie,
oh my God! So before we get started, what is everybody having in their cup?
Oh,
what you drinking
today? Brought to you by Tito's.
Is it? I got a little cupcake red velvet.
Is that good?
It's great.
Okay.
It's a sweet. It's a sweet wine. No.
It's like middle of the road.
Okay. Okay. Well, I am about to finish this, but good old.
Oh, Jamie.
Oh yeah, you.
Did you have that with cranberry juice?
Yeah.
Oh. How does that taste? That's okay. I think you need to get a little sweet and sour mix with that.
Yeah. Or that Pellegrino. You didn't have
it.
The San Pellegrino?
See, so I did it with the San Pellegrino, but I just drank my last one before we started. But no, I actually like it with the cranberry juice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like it with the
sidebar conversation. So my cousin wants to have a family Zoom, and I thought we was only gonna do the cousins so I could be drinking. She done invited my aunts and them in this, and now I'm be like hesitant on my drinks. I'm gonna have to get a different cup. I can't.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so okay. All right, ladies. We got a couple things to talk about today.
All right.
The first thing is the song battle that broke the internet was the third try at the Babyface versus Teddy Riley.
It was just the second.
It was only the second.
Well, they had the first one, and he had the Rona.
Right. So yeah, they didn't go.
They never tried it. Like they never tried it. It just was like they had set up a date, but the date didn't work.
Yeah.
But nobody knew that Babyface family was facing the coronavirus.
Yeah, they had a corona, and then the second one. Well, everybody know because that really broke the internet about the second one with Mr. Teddy do too much Riley.
Let's talk about how you supposed to be social distancing and you got a whole hype man.
A hype man, a DJ, a drummer, a sound guy, a
cameraman.
No, but the joint where they was like, this the moment I knew it went wrong. And he was like this. His head on tips like
his
little purple
box sweatsuit. Everybody kept
and the hats.
How much you trust a man with a full Beijing goatee?
You can't tell Teddy he wasn't killing it. He had that plum joint on, the matching hat.
But he was like, y'all can't hear me. No, nigga, we can't.
But then what was funny is he was telling Babyface it was him. He was like, Face, something wrong with your sound. It's that man and his computer and his iPhone in the room. Meanwhile, you got all of that, and none of the people help him. That was so, and it was so embarrassing. Like as time went on, like I just watched it, and I just cringed because I was like,
"This is embarrassed by proxy." Just
it was a train wreck, and that you had
so awkward, and everybody had comments, and it was like, "Teddy, it's you, Teddy, your sound echoing," and then instead of just okay, let's pick up where we left off, then he was like, "All right, let's start all over." The element of surprise is gone. You can't play them same songs all over.
We'll be back in 30 minutes. Babyface was like,
"Let's just regroup.
We're gonna continue this later."
That man's still tired. He probably ain't all the way feeling better.
Got over the whole virus, and you no.
Got over the whole virus to come back.
I would not be back in 30 minutes. I'll be back either tomorrow or Tuesday. Not in 30 minutes.
Give you and your crew some time to get yourself
together.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
The third, what was that? Monday night, Tuesday night?
Monday night.
Monday
night was pretty good. Like they legit broke.
But no, he still messed up. Teddy Riley still messed up at the end. I don't know what is wrong with him. How don't you have a charger for your devices? I don't understand.
You think your phone was gonna potentially die? He's doing all this, and he getting up, and every time Babyface played the song, he was like, yeah. I was like, maybe he had a bathroom run. I was like, what is happening?
People in the background fiddling with plugs.
Why couldn't nobody find a charger? Why couldn't nobody find a charger?
Her at-home clothes. She had her white pants. She bending over. I was like, you're not gonna have me on TV bending over in my white jeans and my at-home shirt
with 400,000 viewers. Like almost like this is ridiculous.
I was like, oh, this, and that's again, my stomach was turning. I was like, this is so uncomfortable. I feel so awkward.
And his internet was messing up. I was like, he know what?
And I don't know if it's like wherever, I don't know if the way his house is set up, if his studio was in the basement, but
he needs a router downstairs because
he probably has to cut a house where he needs 2 routers or a router extender or something.
Because
let's talk about how when they first started and it took him 15 minutes to get to tag versus at Timberland and
because at first he wrote Timberland.
He said, oh no. He was like, oh, it ain't ER. It's TIMBA.
I was like, if the millennials ain't talking about, if they weren't talking about them before, they about to give. I mean, they were like 2 old men.
He was like, no, it's TIM. Oh, it's not ER, it's BA.
It was the saddest thing. I said, where are their kids? Where are the kids?
They should have had them set up before they came out there. It was
that. And people was like, and then Teddy was like, well, I have to go out and tell Face to come in my room. And people was in the comments, he don't have to do that. Just get his name and you can just go through your friends and get names.
Just accept his request.
It was so bad. It was so bad. The hype man though. Look, let me tell y'all something. Y'all not on y'all job. I need a hype man like that, okay?
Teddy Riley said, don't play him. He's more than just a hype man. He has worked with all these different artists. He is a producer. So don't play my man Chico or something. What's his name? He said, don't play him like that. He's more than just a dancer. He does a lot of things for a lot of different people, but
okay.
He just happened to be participating in that way.
Now, let me tell you, if you're not giving me all that, I don't need you in my life.
Oh my God.
So you're like, I don't want it.
I don't want it. I need 110% of that.
I mean, he had the Kango, his smashing sweatsuit on.
Even searching for the cord on Monday. It was
Teddy said, "Don't play his boy though, because he does more than what y'all see. But just what
okay,
does more than that."
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Whew. But the playlist that came out after that, like I was just telling y'all before we started this podcast, like I have literally been listening to that playlist all week because it came out on you guys sent it on Apple, but it actually was also on Tidal.
Mm.
So I've been playing it literally all week. I've been playing that playlist.
No, some of the songs I could skip, but for the most part,
yeah, some of the songs you can skip. Yeah, like Just Got Paid Friday Night. Like,
girl, that is the jam.
Oh, I've seen Toya party and like the old school parties to that joint. Yes.
Got paid. I can skip
when
that.
Snoop said, "Man, this was my jam when I was hustling." I was like, really?
Yes, all the celebrities in the comments. It's such a weird. I mean, because of course we know celebrities are people. They're just like us, right? But to have everybody kind of like on the same level, you know, actually like people like we're all admiring like Babyface and Teddy Riley, and just it was a really neat moment, like to be able to like have just people from, you know.
But when Tyrese said throw in the tile.
For the last one, throwing the tile. And I saw the meme, like he was like, no, I know how to spell.
Like, I know how to spell.
Sir,
right.
Towel.
The right context.
Towel.
He said, that's right.
Towel.
L-E. He doubled down on it. I was like,
no, you're right. It is the right. If I'm laying floors.
Throwing the towel.
If I'm wearing a towel, towels that I'm on my body.
His wife and how she got this master's degree and all that. How is she with him? Because I can't stand a dumb dude. Like,
let me tell y'all something. When I meet somebody and they can't text, I can't.
First of all, no. Let me throw a towel, a TOWEL, and you'll be overly like editorial in a text.
There's a difference between can't type text or can't speak right, or if I'm texting and that's spelled towel, TOWLE, and you're like, huh? Because I was keyboard, you can't tell what that is. If I say I'm gonna throw in the TOWLE,
I'm like, what?
You can be like, what's that? I'm like,
I don't understand what you're saying.
Exactly.
I feel like you ain't do good at elementary school because context clues. I can't read what that is. It could be spelled wrong, but you can see all the other words around. It be one.
I don't like it.
Right. So we're not accepting what you have to say. Now, if you say towel and tile,
right. Right.
You ain't even attempt to use you didn't even use you didn't even use any auditorial sounds.
Well, he didn't know better, and that's what's bad. Like, it's one thing if you can't, you type it too fast, you spell wrong. He didn't know better, which is sad.
Because he doubled down on it. He was 10 toes down on it.
He did.
That's what made it worse. It wasn't a typo. That was what he thought.
He was like, nah. I know how to spell. T-I-E.
No. You spelled it right, but we ain't talking about the towel on the floor. We talking about the towel.
It's what you throw in. Oh, God bless him.
Oh my God! But
I want you to add commas, explanations. Like,
I needed to be like,
But my thing is, if 2 out of the 3 people understood what it was, it's you, not them.
It is no better turn on than a man who can like.
That's why you're never gonna find nobody, because you asking for way too much right there.
And I was about to say, like, Marcus can write. Like, he writes very well. I don't know why that was his thing. I think he was gonna major in English. He writes very well, but his text, because it's texting, and I feel like you shouldn't have to live up to a high standard. I mean, now if it's like borderline illiterate, that's different. It literally be one word that could be misspelled. And you should be like, oh, I don't understand what you're saying.
No, like if you giving me a bunch of you are and
right,
you, the letter U,
right,
and all that, okay, I got an issue with that. But if you just like you said, Andrea, one word, like that's totally Nisha be like, oh my God, I do not understand.
Or like grammar too. Like I can understand grammar. I don't like grammar, but there is a certain thing like when you're trying to emphasize a certain point, like I will use the proverbial be, because sometimes you have to say be to articulate a point. I'd be like, oh, them girls be singing. You can't say those girls are singing and communicate the emphasis that you want to communicate. But if I say, man, them girls be singing, that is a different meaning. So sometimes you have to use poor grammar to communicate emphasis. But if I can't say that because they're just like, be singing? What does that mean?
Exactly. That's exactly what she be doing.
Not true.
No,
not true.
So true.
I'm gonna get off of this.
So true.
But that was a good time. But you know, like honest, like so after the Teddy Riley and Babyface joint went off, I just went down like a rabbit hole on YouTube and ended up watching the entire Jonte, Austin, and Neo producer battle.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Neo has had some hits.
He has some hits, and I didn't realize is it Jonta or Jonte?
Oh, I thought that was Austin.
That's a different person.
It's a different producer.
Oh, child, and I don't know.
So he did like a lot of stuff with Mariah Carey and Aaliyah.
Oh.
So it was like Mariah Carey and Aaliyah with him, and then Neo was like Beyonce and Rihanna. So it was just like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would not.
You gotta like, you gotta, if you guys have like, just, you know, in the background.
Andrea, we're not trying to have a melody from Andrea.
But you know what?
I thought about Andrea every time he played a Mariah Carey song. I was like, oh.
No, the other day I'm in here. What was I dancing to? Because I was listening to I did Ashanti's, like I was like, oh, let me do a Ashanti playlist. So they play all the stuff through her era. And then Mariah Carey's album came on with that JD had did.
Oh, that's the good one.
Man, all these Mariah, I was like, I feel bad even singing because Adrian.
As if I can sing.
She don't care.
So Kizzy was singing one song. I was like, no, wait for Andrea and y'all can sing together. Y'all can do it.
I was talking to someone the other day and I was talking about singing and they were like, oh, you like to sing? And I was like, oh, do I? They were like, you can sing. I was like, those are two different questions. They have two different answers.
Right.
Because they were like, oh, I didn't know you sang. I was like, hold on. But it's funny though, because I have met people, I mean, when I tell you multiple people have told me this, I don't know what it is about my speaking voice. People have heard me speak and they will ask me, do you sing? And I'd be like, do I sing? Can I sing? Do I sing? Yes, all the time. Can I sing? No. But those are two different.
Right.
Because they were like, oh, I had no idea. I was like, well, I mean, I sing, but I don't sing.
Yeah, so like when, of course, like y'all know the battle, like they only play like a minute or so of the song, right. But if you have like some time,
That was the other thing. Sorry to interrupt. Teddy Riley didn't understand the concept of bring the song in where it thump at, so people could be like, oh, but he played the whole intro, and then by the time the song was getting good, it was time for it to go. He didn't understand the battle. It's a battle.
You gotta play that bridge part. You can't cut off before the bridge. You can't cut off before the bridge. Yeah, but like the Jonte Austin and Neo one was actually pretty good.
I heard the Dream, and who did the Dream battle against?
He battled
Sean Austin.
Sean Kingston?
No,
that can't be that can't be right.
It was Sean Garrett. Sean Garrett. They said like it was a lot of Beyonce in that, and like Sean Garrett apparently has written for a lot of people too. I wasn't familiar with him, but
you know he be on all the Love and Hip Hops now, and he was on.
Oh, is he?
He did Tammy Rivera's, Waka Flocka's wife.
Oh, did he?
Okay.
Yeah, but his hair bothers me. So because his hair bothers me, I have a hard time.
I mean, I get it.
And he was sweating real bad in the show, and I didn't like that.
Don't like that either. So, but that was a good time. So, and that was the first time, like, I didn't realize, like, I had heard of all the battles going on, but I didn't realize that, like, Swiss Beats and Timberland had actually started, like, the producer battles.
I didn't know that. Marcus explained that to me, like, it's their channel. Like, the Versus is their channel.
Yeah, I didn't know that until after the fact either.
Yeah. So they're starting to, and I really like the fact that they're doing producers, because we can get, like, so much, like, of a wide variety of artists that we can hear.
Right. Because few artists have the catalog big enough to do that. Like, only few have that who would be willing to battle.
Yeah.
They wanted to do JD and Dallas Austin, but Dallas Austin wasn't for it.
Really?
No, he was like, this is a brotherhood. This is not a battle.
I mean, you can't have more love than Teddy Riley and Babyface had. So, I mean,
that's not competition.
And they said
probably mad because JD got more hits than him. I don't know.
JD probably do got more hits.
But you know, Dallas Austin got a lot of hits from like the 90s. He got a lot of people. But Marcus went to the RZA and Premier joint, and that was fire. I mean, he was going crazy because that's a lot of like heavy hip hop, like Jay-Z.
Yeah, I couldn't do that one, but
Marcus was
I can understand.
Yeah, he was in heaven in that joint. He said that joint was fire.
Yeah. I can understand that one probably was decent, but I probably would have checked out that one. So so more to come because we still locked down for at least another month. So
I mean, they're not trying to though, but I ain't fooling with them.
Well, our governor is like,
I got it. Now the president wants y'all to have some injections with some Clorox and Lysol. So I guess that's what they'll be doing down Atlanta and Tennessee and Las Vegas and Florida.
I can't.
Injections of Clorox and Lysol.
I can't even. I can't. It's not even
It's
funny.
like Hogan's like we're gonna come back safely. We're gonna come back responsibly.
Face the protest.
We're gonna have a plan.
I guess it's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. It's just too much.
Yeah.
What was he talking about with the you know what? We're not gonna get into it.
I stopped listening like last month because when he had coronavirus himself and he was up on that podium sweating and wouldn't answer people questions. I said, you know what? This ain't for me. Let me listen to my local government who can really help me because clearly you can't. And I was done.
It was just a mess.
Yes.
He had the corona, the vice president had the corona, his daughter had Ivanka had the corona, and everybody else probably in the White House had it. I'm not listening to none of y'all.
We don't know. Allegedly, look, what T.S. Madison say? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You in there looking Dr. Fauci trying to help y'all. It's too much. I'm not doing none of that.
Meanwhile, our governor has secured like 500,000 test kits.
His wife hooked it right on that.
His wife hooked it up, and he didn't tell nobody. Told nobody until those testing kits were in Maryland. He was like, "I'm not telling anybody."
But pause. Can I tell you? I don't even be worried about what Hogan say because the interpreter, he be like.
And today he had on his bandana down here.
He's been wearing that for the last month. Girl, he did everything. I can't even focus on Hogan.
He's so animated. He's so animated.
I love him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, but no, Hogan has been he's been like outstanding during this whole thing. So shout out to our local government. Okay, so guys, before we get, so our next thing that I want to talk about was last night was the NFL draft. And of course, because of the Rona, it had to be done virtually. So all the prospective draft, draftees, I guess that's what they're called, were given like cameras and headphones and all that stuff so that they can tune in and do like the draft virtually. And so, of course, like when the draft is done in New York at Madison Square Garden, is it done at Madison Square Garden? I think it is Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Right.
They'll have like, the family, well, usually like the mom and dad, maybe a brother or sister. Family. Yeah, just a family. But at home, you can kind of have like whoever you want in your house. So we saw some interesting sights that we're going to talk about tonight. So so the first one we're going to talk about is Isaiah Wilson, who was drafted to the Miami Dolphins. Now, the clip floating around is he has Caucasian.
Becky. I mean, she was Becky. I mean, that was Becky.
But she was true and true, like corn-fed Becky.
That was a Becky. Yeah, she was a Becky.
And I guess after he got the official call that he was being drafted to Miami, he was, as boys who grow to men who have all their life wanted to go to the NFL, he was visibly like feeling emotions, and his girlfriend went to hug him, and then she just felt
No.
Not just a hug.
Hug him. She had a full-on length embrace
on his lap.
Right. Not to mention on his lap.
On his lap.
Mama said, "No, baby. What are you doing?" So what made us talk about this is because Nidra's son plays football, and I'm his godmother. I'm a real godmother. Like, I've been in his life from birth.
Day one.
And so Nidra's ex-husband said, "Oh, godmommy wouldn't have had none of this." And no, I would not. Because she wouldn't have been on no lap. Because Nidra wouldn't have said nothing. And I would have rubbed her back. Baby, I understand you happy about today, but you're going to move over here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know why you wouldn't have said anything, because just that whole sitting situation was inappropriate. Like, no.
In front of the cameras.
No.
You're not going to be here no more, okay? No. And I'd have told him, I would have whispered in his ear, "You better not have had sex with her because she's going to come up pregnant."
Not just that. My thing was, the whole scenario was inappropriate. You, like you said, you lucky if you're going to be here next week, next month, next year, but maybe you will be. This sitting situation, you can be here. You are not to be on camera. You're not to be in this. You're lucky you're going to be on FaceTime. Like, this is a family moment. And I don't know, maybe they've been together since high school. She part of the family. Then she could sit right over there on the couch, no. But you ain't got no sitting on his lap going hug him. Put on TV. Act like you got some class. I thought that was ridiculous.
Girl, I'm telling you, I would have rubbed her back. I was like, okay, but we about to go. This our next. We the next segment,
right?
It's so interesting. It's so interesting to see like the girlfriends in these moments, because it's like
they're staking,
especially being a parent of a kid that plays sports. Is so, and I am, y'all know, like his father, like Javon plays football, but his father is like the one that's kind of like on top of everything. I just make sure I show up to the games and whatever I need to do, right? But like to be like a family member and you've gone to the games, you've sacrificed your money, you've done all this stuff to make sure this kid gets to this point, and then you have these girlfriends who feel like, oh, I have this intimate connection with this guy, so I kind of like deserve this space as well. Mom was like,
And then I'm gonna be mad because you made me look crazy on TV. Because like you said, Nidra, I'm a boy mom. My only child is a boy. I don't plan to be one of those mother who is, my child is God's gift and no girl's good enough. I swear I don't want to be one of those moms.
Yeah, but you go ahead.
As a parent, you realize that the likelihood that this 20-year-old is going to be with this other 20-year-old down the road, you know, this is fledging. And these girlfriends, they were staking their claim last night. Like, they were letting it be known, I am the girlfriend.
I'm here.
And that's fine. Like I said, it maybe you've been around since high school, but you need to have been sitting on the couch over there. This is a moment for my son.
It's not about you.
It's not about you.
But he's not gonna be here, and if you are here, he's not gonna really claim you. But like he's 30, so that's to be very clear. Like it's not
about you.
Not about to go down.
This is his moments. It's not about you. It's not even about me. But it's really not about you.
It's really not about you.
Rub her back and be like, so as the godmother who's been here since see, I'm not even in the camera, baby. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead.
But that ain't
so uncomfortable that she'd have left because there's no way that you're gonna be hugged up with somebody like that. That is just too much.
But that wasn't even the worst one. The other one.
The other one is CeeDee Lamb. His name is Cedarius Lamb. He got drafted to the Dallas Cowboys.
Let me tell you what was wrong about that one. It ain't even because this is the one where the young lady took his telephone when his phone rang and he snatched it back. That wasn't even my issue. My issue starts with what this young lady had on. I saw her whole thigh, her leg, her breast. You, young lady, are not ready for this platform my son is getting ready to be on. First of all, she would have knocked on the door and said, I'm here for DJ's draft party. Not in that. I would have had to hand young girlfriend be like, I got a shirt and sweatpants upstairs or another dress. You ain't got, first of all, you don't have sense enough to know that is not proper attire for this event. Your mama don't have sense enough to know, because if I got dressed like that, I would also in the back of my head be like, well, my mother's gonna kill me. So that means you ain't raised with no class. Your mama ain't got no class. You not ready for the level at which my son is about to be. You got to go. Like, I was so irritated by that.
I didn't even pay attention to her outfit.
Me neither. Irritated. Like, that bothered me in my spirit. I was like, I wish a chick would. I said, oh, she not ready for the level at which, now don't get me wrong, because the son was looking real ghetto fab too, and the way he was sitting and the way he had his joint around his head and he was all slouched. So they may not be the classiest of classy, but you're not ready for the level at which my son is about to attain, because you don't make like on the clock movies, poor choices. That's what you can do. You make poor choices. And she made a poor choice. And if this is indicative of what is to come in the future, you're not the partner that I need for my son. You're not the one to take him to that next level. We're looking for a Michelle to go with a Barack. And you, my friend, you not that. I was so put off by her outfit. She not ready. She not ready to go. She not ready.
Looking at her outfit, I was like, there's a lot of people in that house.
COWEL in the play. I didn't even pay attention to her outfit. I was more concerned that you thought it was comfortable for you to touch his phone.
The way she had her legs crossed and she grabbed that phone, I said, who is this?
I was like, took it out of his lap. He was like, nah, sis.
Girl, that took me out. I said, now, wait a minute. Now, girl, he's supposed to be in the NFL. You better touch the phone now, because you ain't gonna never touch it, never nothing.
And you saw Mom, but Mom is cool. Mom was like, I'm to be gone. Mom was like, her days are numbered.
Oh. The mother didn't even touch the phone. If anybody should have touched the phone because they saw it was his agent.
His agent? You don't handle no agent calls. That is what? A girlfriend. A girlfriend.
You're nothing. You're nothing.
Nothing.
See, they need me in their life. Because I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to rub your back and make you feel good. Baby, you ain't really nothing right now. You know what? You just here for the moment, okay? Y'all real young. You don't understand. You got longevity, going against you in life. You here for right now.
You a cute girl, but I'm telling you, she would have rang the doorbell like, I'm here for CD. What's his name?
CeeDee Lamb.
And even if I have known her for the last 4 years or whatever, I'd have been like, sweetheart, we're gonna be TV, right?
Oh.
I'd have been like, so you look about what, you a size 2? I think I got something old in my closet. Cause you not about to be on TV. This is my son's.
My mother had a girl no daggone cardigan, ain't she?
Well, then she should have came like she knew she was getting ready to be on a national platform. And my son, the biggest moment of my son's life and you came in your fashion Nova finest. No. I was like, oh, she don't have no class. Now, like I said, the son wasn't giving me classy either, but you gotta start somewhere, and I would have had to start with her. So, I was so bothered because she, like, that is what you chose, and I'm sure he was like, oh, babe, you look good. But again, that's where a parent comes in, and it's like, you're not about to be on national TV with my son looking like.
I gotta go back and look at her outfit because.
And it's not that the outfit is bad. It's not that I might even wear a little dress like that, but it's not appropriate for the events. She should have had her legs all out, her little cleavage showing. I didn't like it. It was a poor choice. That's all I'm saying. Find a little outfit. I'll post it. Y'all will see it in the clip.
Oh, she do the arm of the couches, but she do got a lot of breast out.
That's what I'm saying, and all her leg out. And you know me, you know I'm no prude. I will dress sexy with the rest of them, but not this. Not national.
It's not what this girl is giving. Okay, let me hold on. Let me find her. What did we follow? I can't even think right now.
The shade.
It's on TMZ Sports.
It's on everything.
I can't think, y'all. I've been drinking too much.
And then,
and the mom was all like, she had a little black.
That's what I'm saying.
And but the mom was just like,
she looked up. She was like, "Oh, you'll be gone by Saturday." And like I said, I've been a girlfriend at 20, and I know how it is. But I always have been respectful and as classy as I can be, and that wasn't it.
But everybody don't have you because see, Andrew, you classy based like this. She classy based like this. Her mother don't know. Her mother probably need to know her to do with like her mother was like, girl, you do that because you don't want you. Somebody else might see you. You playing games because you classy based like this, and she classy based.
So this is what she said. The girlfriend said his agent was FaceTiming him while he was on the phone with the Cowboys. I was doing the girlfriend thing, going to answer it for him. Sheesh. Y'all really got chill. It wasn't even all like that.
No. You had no business.
No, you shouldn't have done that, sis.
Many people have
been. Why she said, but she's saying it like, but she's making the statement like that, like the people like were like, you shouldn't have touched the phone. He grabbed the phone from her hand. It wouldn't have been no thing.
It wouldn't have been an issue.
It wouldn't have been an issue.
Obvious. He made it obvious.
He made it obvious, right?
That's your place.
Right. So she's trying to make it seem like, oh, I was being a good girl.
It was us.
He grabbed the phone from your hand. Like
she tried to act like it was us. Like we made the deal.
It's not us. It's not us. It's y'all. That dude don't want you on his phone. It was very clear, and now you know what you said.
He might have been getting some other congratulation texts he didn't want her to see. Yeah, so I just was like, I didn't like anything about that particular situation. That bothered me more than old girl giving him the hug. Like I was like, oh, she not ready for the big leagues. I'm sorry.
No. The girl giving me the hug bothered me more than the girl picking up the phone. Because her embrace was too in-depth, okay? She looked like never mind, be quiet.
Yeah, but no, I was more bothered by the other one because I was like, oh, you're not ready for the next level.
This reminds me of when I was wait a minute, my high school boyfriend. So at his graduation party, So at his graduation party, when he got up and did like his speech,
right?
He did his speech and he thanked everybody. He didn't thank me.
But why would he? You know what I'm saying?
But in my mind, in my girlfriend, my 20-year-old girlfriend mind, I was like, oh, he should thank me.
Right.
But why would he? I did nothing. I did nothing. But I got upset because I was like, afterwards, I was like, you didn't even thank me.
But you're right. That was you at 20.
It was me at 20.
His mama was like, 20. I don't think you need him. Look, I know his mama. His mama probably was like, I mean, she's lovely, but you don't need to stick her in this.
Nice girl. She didn't help you with a final or nothing. Okay?
And look, I know that you and his mom had a wonderful relationship.
Wonderful relationship.
Woman, but she probably was like, No. Look, as we are on the other side of that coin now, I'm like,
yeah, like now I could be like, why would he thank me? I did nothing.
Right.
I didn't prepare him for one exam. I didn't pay for nothing. I did nothing.
You ain't been there for the 12 years that preceded the graduation.
Nope, I did nothing. So why would he thank me?
Child.
These girlfriends.
I'm gonna be like, if my kids mess with somebody who might possibly go through the draft, I'm like, go to Andrea's house. Make sure you
good.
Make sure your outfit is approved.
I mean, you just gotta be ready for the next level. And that young lady's clearly saying,
no, I'm gonna be like, and when you get over there, you go to the party, but you sit your ass in the back. Don't you be on nobody's lap.
But she gonna be like, but Mom, I need them girls to know that I'm his girl.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You know that this ain't gonna work anyway.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's not gonna work anyway. No, you don't. You ain't gotta let them know. And at the end of the night, it will be you and him at the end of the night. So it's like
the league start until he go and start traveling. Then next thing you know, it's over.
But God bless them in their youth. They don't know any better.
You're right.
God bless them. We all been there, but
we all been there. But that was, and it was just so. It's not that. It's just so interesting, like being a mother of a son that plays sports, and you're kind of like what?
I'm like what you call it, Kevin Durant. I was in the gym, like I like Nidra. You said you go to get. I'm a basketball mom.
Right.
I face it. I be at the game. I got on regalia. I make snacks. I be at everything. I do the water bottles. Like I be there. I've been in the gym with you. So like you said, like, and I'm not looking for credit, but this young lady ain't gonna be up there.
You can't get nothing.
You was not making that YouTube video with you.
None. You know how long it takes. You know how long it takes to string together 20 highlight clips? No, you don't. So.
Damn.
Right. Like even if Javon happened to go in the draft, like I wouldn't even be hurt if he was like, I just want to thank my dad, right? Yeah. I wouldn't be hurt, but you definitely not gonna
right.
I don't need no girlfriend coming in and be like,
no, because I ain't even want to allow it. I'm gonna say, excuse me.
Right. Because we all gonna be at the house.
Right.
But we gonna be back here. Like I'll be there, Marcus will be there, Toya and her husband and kids there. But we all, and the girl need to be back there with us.
Kel would be like, I know she don't think she about to sit up on nobody's lap.
Yeah. Jay's girlfriend need to be in the back with the rest of us eating chip and dip. And
your outfit is real nice, but it won't be seen today.
No. And after they call his number, we all do the yay, we love you, hugs and kisses. But she gonna be off camera with us.
You gonna see your fingertips, baby. You spare fingers, okay?
Or you could do this. When he do this on camera, that's for you. Like you can know that. Like that's a little special shout out. Like, nobody got to know that but y'all too. But that's the extent of whatever.
Yeah, you can wear all your Fashion Nova finest all you want, but it won't be seen on camera today.
Right. Y'all can be like, you weren't at his little
nothing.
Games when he was 9 years old out there and it was 90 degrees outside.
Right. Or 10 degrees and you out there with a blanket trying to jump. No, you're not doing that.
Right.
And like I said, I swear I'm not gonna be a mama that's gonna think no girl's good enough because I want him to find love and to be happy because he's the only child, so I want him to have a family, but not just any old not just no. And even still, I want him to be, and you might be the wife, but you're not the wife at 20. You ain't, no, we're not doing it.
All right, moving on. So, all right. So last but not least, Toya had a topic that she wanted to bring up on something that she has seen lately in the blogs. So what's up, Toya?
Y'all see this too.
So Alexis Sky, Fetty Wap's one of Fetty Wap's baby mothers. Evidently, she had a falling out with one of her best friends / stylist / I don't know what else he does. Well, you know how on Instagram you can ask questions and he will answer all your questions. Well, he was very open about his questions. And one of the questions, so the Shade Room posted, if your best friend bashes you once the relationship is over, what would you do? And I said, oh my God, this is our podcast. Because we say all the time, like when we fall out, and I know it's not even in our character, but if we fall out, we gotta kill you because you just don't too much.
Right.
Man, this dude told everything. Like,
business.
They asked, how did she open up her new salon? Oh, some old white man. She didn't hustled out his money. Now he opened up her salon. Was she being sex trafficked? No, there was no such thing as sex trafficking going on with her. Like he told everything.
Yeah, and then he even justified it. Like I was trying to find it. He even said something like,
I couldn't remember what site it was on though.
I assumed it was a Shade Room, but he said something like, yeah, once we done friends, it's all good. Everything's open for debate or something, which is crazy because at the same time, you got to assume she's got dirt on you too. But not just that, like there has to be, what do they say? Like honor amongst thieves. Like,
yeah,
this is your friend. And even though y'all not
friends, you really friends though? Right. Because like at the end of the day, like I had a friend and we were friends from 12 to 20 something.
Right.
I would never go and spread her business because we're not friends no more. Like that just doesn't even make sense. Like that doesn't even, like, you know stuff about people, but it's like, what is the benefit of telling all their business?
Exactly. That's it. Like, what is the benefit of doing this? Like, what's your ultimate goal of doing this?
And that's what, hold on, I almost found it. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it was just so dirty. And like you said, I mean, are we really friends? Because, oh, here it is. He said, once I don't like you, I will never respect you. And once the respect is gone, the disrespect comes out to play. So I feel like were you ever really friends? Because, I mean, we could have a dire falling out tomorrow, but there's just certain things that I just would never divulge. Even if it's only for the reason like, well, you know a lot of dirt on me too.
Right. Even if it's for that reason.
You know, and maybe that there's no financial gain from her spilling his secrets because, you know, he's not famous. But it's just like, I just don't understand. Like you said, were you ever really friends? Because, I mean, he literally was like, ask me whatever. And the public had an opportunity to ask him whatever he wanted to ask him about her. And he would answer her secrets. And I just think that is just so low down and dirty. And
yeah.
And somebody said that in the comments. Somebody said, oh, he been ready to talk, which is true. Like, you've been just waiting for something to come up, because how could you claim this is your friend and you ready to divulge all their personal business at the drop of a hat? Like,
it can be like, man, people are probably already know. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we know a person and I never would have to say anything about the person. And randomly one night I was out with this person by myself and they was like, you friends with her? I was like, yeah, that's my folks, right?
Right.
They was like, why? They started like running all stuff. I was like, oh, I don't.
We one time, you know, we're not tight like that.
But I didn't even feel comfortable saying anything because the person was just like rambling. Right. And I was like,
but my thing is,
and I knew everything they were saying was facts.
Right. But my thing is, how can you even be friends with like his other friends? I would be looking at him sideways because I'd be like, oh, well, you just waiting for an opportunity. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Like exactly.
You gonna do me? Like, just tell all my business if we haven't fallen out. And the way people fall out and fall in love again, they can't never come back because, I mean, is out there. I could never trust you again. So even if our relationship repaired a little bit, it could never be back to what it was because I can't trust you.
But my thing is, what do you get out of that at the end of the day?
Nothing. Just hurtful. It's just hurtful.
Because yeah, you might have hurt me. Because at the end of the day, when you lose a friend, it's like losing a mate. Like you in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it does hurt.
Yeah.
But me telling all your business is not gonna make or break me at the end of the day. Like it's still gonna hurt once all of said and done. So I just don't understand why.
That's what I think. Either he was very, very hurt because it seemed emotional, like too rash to do something like that. Like ask me. It's even one thing to go on an interview and be like, well, no. But he went to Instagram. Was like, ask me anything. Like he was dying to tell all her business, and I just
and all the questions was based upon her, and he answered every.
He did. Like I think he'll regret that. Like
I don't. I feel like he gonna be like, oh, that's what he get, and that's the end of that.
Because I wonder like how emotional it was, and if he just like how long ago they broke up or whatever, or the friendship ended. Because I just feel like that's real emotional and a real rash decision, and you'll regret that. Like,
and I feel like that's just young people as a whole.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like young people don't really know what friendship is, and that's one thing I try to tell my kids. I be like, that's not a friend. Like a friend does this, a friend does this, and then because I'm trying to get my youngest daughter, she be in a whole bunch of mess. I be like, do you see mommy and her friends like that? Yeah. Like I try to give her examples of what a friend is. Even Mackenzie, like she is not a person who like she's a loner. She's a lot like Macklin. So she doesn't like she'll talk to people when she see them, but she's not gonna reach out to you. I said, but you get mad when people don't invite you to stuff. But I wouldn't invite you either because you don't reach out to me.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm like, that's not what friends do. I said, friends reach out about 2-3 times. Once you don't answer, they don't ask you anymore. So I have to teach them skills of being a true friend.
That's true though. That's good.
But like,
we got a frozen screen here.
Friends grew up with reality TV.
There you go. Oh, Toy, you went out for a little bit.
Oh.
But you did good. It was just a small time. No, you're fine.
I think their parents grew up with a lot of reality TV, and so they don't know how to be friends. Like it's just a bunch of drama, and I
was getting ready to say that between reality TV and like the internet, I think that like the younger generation, they don't get it, and they do everything for likes. Like, I mean, I was teasing y'all yesterday. I mean, I was telling y'all yesterday, my son was like, are you going to make some merch for my channel? I don't think he understands what merch is. Like, you got 38 followers. Like, merch is so people can buy things who want, they want to, and first of all, I had to tell him that merch was short for merchandise. But they're so caught up in this influencer lifestyle and internet and IG and YouTube. Like they want to live this life that they don't even really comprehend.
What it is.
Like what it really is. Because he's like, yeah, I want some merch. I was like, you don't have nobody to buy the merch. And I mean,
I'll buy your merch.
Right. Let me get the sweatshirt.
I was just like, but they just get so caught up. And I think a lot of the young people, they do stuff that you can't take back. Like it's one thing to go to the high school and be like, oh, I don't mess with so-and-so, she'll be. But now you put on the internet and put out her nudes or say something crazy, you can't get that back.
Nope.
And I think they're so busy, like, it's just a different time. I don't even know. It's almost hard to parent in this age because you don't really have the skills to deal with, like, what's happening. Like,
no, I don't. And I be like, and I don't understand. Like, I just be like, we don't do that. We don't do that. Like, I gotta, like, I emphasize certain things. Because I remember, like, just being young. And my mother might hear me on the phone. She'd be like, oh, we don't do that. We don't do drama. And I find myself saying the same thing. Like, we don't do, like, no, that ain't cool. I don't know. People like drama. I'm not here for it. I just, like, if we not friends no more, we just not going to be friends. We just not going to speak.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm going to go.
But the thing that's scary to me is, we live in an age where all publicity is good publicity. So like everybody does stuff for clout, and I don't even talk about like I don't even hate clout chasers, but good, bad, the ugly. If it gets you some notoriety, it's good. And so people just do anything to be quote unquote famous. And I don't even know how you combat that. Like, they do things for likes. Like, everything is about a like in this
That's
society
true.
living.
The kids have it's a girl that, like, we known the little girl since she was like 3 or 4, and I know her mother. And the girl be having like so much drama, right? The little girl. And so Kenzie be telling me, and I was like, I wonder if her mother know, because her mother don't strike me as this, like, you know what I'm saying, like a person that would allow this to be going on. Right. But who am I to call somebody's mother and tell them something?
Yeah.
I'm not, because people don't want to hear what you gotta say about their kids.
Nope.
So I just be like, oh, well, this is, and then I just take that as a teachable moment.
Keep it pushing. Yeah, keep pushing. Yeah, like even I, like with a friend that I had fallen out with, like some had came back to me about, like, she had told someone like the reason why we weren't talking no more, which was a complete lie, like complete fabrication. Right? And I was like, what? First of all, it doesn't even make sense. Like what she said the reason was why we didn't fall out. But it said at the end of the day, like, I wasn't gonna like, oh well, she did this, boom, 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 boom. Like, I was like, nah, that's not true. And I just kept pushing. And
I could have rattled off a lot of things. You could have been like, but what would I have done?
Exactly. What would it have done? Like, what would have been done? Like, and I think also, because, you know, like, also as you get older, we get wiser as we get older. That's why that's the one thing I love about getting older. It's just our wisdom. But even when we were in our 20s, we knew that, like, we knew that, like, the whole friend bashing thing, it doesn't get you anywhere. Like, it literally doesn't get you anywhere. And your friends are your lifeline and what sustains you through everything. Like, certain points in your life, your friends are your lifeline more than your family are.
Yeah.
Your friends know way more about you than your family does.
Yeah, they know you better than your family. Because I always tell people, like, when I really value friendship. Mm-hmm. So that's why I am the way I am. I'll be like,
yes.
Who coming in that space? My friends are like my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a sister, so my friends are like my sisters. So it's like, why, you know, like, why have all this drama with somebody that you consider family?
There you go.
The other thing about that is, to divulge all that means to negate anything the friendship was. Like, I think people who even have like the worst falling outs, if you're truthful to yourself, you can at least admit, like, back in the day, like, you'd be like, man, me and her was tight. Like, we were so cool.
Yeah.
And to tell the business or to bash them or to whatever just negates because even that's what I kind of respect, Toya, about Cynthia and Mimi. Like, even when they were like in the midst of their beefing, you could just tell there was still love there.
Right.
They wouldn't go all the way to the ground with it. It was just like, I don't fool with her no more, but there was no divulging of all the business. There was no, and it would be little stuff like, y'all don't know her like y'all think, but it wasn't like telling the business and all that, because you could tell there was genuine love there. And even if you can't get along with someone or you had a falling out, you still have the love. Like, how can you ignore all these years of when y'all was road dogs, y'all did this, you got all these memories.
Yep.
Even if y'all had the falling out, you can't be with the person anymore. Like, those memories are real. What happened is still real. And to just tell all the business and to act, then what was that? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like you said, then were they ever really friends, Toya, to go back to what you said? Because if you had a real friend, you can't just negate all the stuff that happened.
Yeah.
You just be like, you know, things just didn't really work out. We had a difference of opinion. Or, like, I just tell people, like, my friend that I just be like, you know what? I wasn't really getting down with her folks. So I can't really be friends with somebody if I can't be friends with your folks. Like, it's a unit. Y'all come together. So me coming in and I don't really fool with them, like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, like, even if y'all had a significant other, and we joke about this all the time, but I'd be like, because I know whoever needs your mess with next, they probably not really gonna be checking. And it's fine. But it's really not fine because I know it's gonna put a wedge in our relationship.
Well, and it's a difference between you don't really fool with them and you're not good for my friend.
Yeah.
That's where you
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
Like somebody that's just corny, but that's fine. But it's different if we don't believe the relationship is healthy or and that's kind of where
it's a good situation. Yeah.
Right. And then you'll be like, but then that's gonna mess up our relationship. But even if it did, I would never go back and be like, oh, she was, back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand why people do that. But then I'll be like, see, but again, when you don't really have no mother to treat you right or tell you things.
Back to this again. You need to do a thesis on this. You need
I don't know what kind of research I can find, but
your doctorate. When you go get your doctorate,
she really does. Because she is saying this.
This is like
15 years.
I don't really want a doctorate, but maybe if I get another master's, I'll do my research.
Lord Jesus.
Because I was like, my mother told me that. My mother's like, you do not have a lot of drama. Women don't have drama. Like, my mother would always say that. She just never did.
It's by example. I think all of it's by example. Like, my mom has strong relationships with females, good friendships with females and with other women. And I just see them, even once they had, like, one of my mom and her friends had, like, I say it's a falling out, but it wasn't a cussing like the reality TV. So they didn't get along, but their kids were still cool. So, like, my brother and her, they were, like, still, like, how, like, they were two boys, they grew up together. And even when my mom and her friend weren't as close as they used to be, they did it still for the boys because the boys were cool and they ended up coming back together. But I never saw, like, she wasn't around as much and there wasn't as many couple nights, but I never saw my mom say anything bad about her. I never saw my mom bash her. And eventually, I mean, like, now they're friends, friends again. But even when they weren't as tight as they used to be, the boys still, my brother and her son still got together. There was never any cussing out, and I didn't hear my mom talking bad about her. And I think you emulate what you see, you know what I mean? But if you used to drama and your mother always like, F that B, and, oh, my friend, and I don't have friends. And the classic, I don't really fool with other women like that.
Oh, I hate that.
I hate that line. I hate that.
We have talked about that before, and that I could do a whole thesis on because I just really feel like, hey, you are a woman. That's no difference than a black person saying I don't like other black people. All of that. Like, if you can't have a relationship with another woman, that is not another woman's issue. That is yours to the core. There's so much wrong with that.
And
I don't even have the time to start.
Amen.
It's always those type of people. It's the people with the drama. It's the people who can't have a relationship with other women. It's, all the, I don't mess with her, or you got a new best friend. Like, if you're 40 and you got a new best friend.
Oh, preach. I do not understand how people have new friends every other week.
How does that work?
I don't know. Like, you can have your coworkers.
Right.
You can be cool with your coworkers.
You can form new relationships.
But let me tell you, so, like, I had new coworkers this year, and they were really, really nice. And one would invite me all the time. She'd be like, come on to this. I'd be like, girl, because let me tell you what I'm not going to do. Show up. And your old friends is like, why she here?
Who is this?
I'm not doing that. But tell me how it was when y'all finished. Don't feel like you can't talk about your events around me because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I am. Because I don't want y'all bringing new people around me because I'll be like, hey, I'm like, who is this?
We know.
And why she acting like this? We don't do this.
We know. And my thing is, though, you can form new relationships, but if you're a person who has dumped a friend, you got a new best friend, a new road dog every 2 years, because friendships takes time to cultivate.
Yeah.
So even if you find somebody, and nothing's wrong with meeting someone, you click, y'all have a lot in common, like Issa and Condola. I get that, but it shouldn't. Condola can't replace Molly tomorrow because they don't have the history. Like, friendships take a while to cultivate. You gotta build trust and things like that. And when you see people who have like a new best friend every 2 years, that's weird. Now, friendships evolve. Like, maybe you got married and had 2 kids and I'm still single. So maybe you did form relationships with other women who are single, and we don't hang out, but I'm still your friend. You don't have, oh, I'm friends with this girl, and then 2 years later, I got another best girlfriend, and I don't talk to her no more. I'm cool with her now. I don't talk to her. She acts funny. Oh, I don't talk to her because she said this about me, and we had a falling out. When I hear people like that, I'm like, there's a common denominator there.
Yeah.
You understand it. I just don't understand. Like, my share mom friends, like, I'm really cool with them because we've been together. Like, I don't have no choice but to be cool with them because our kids are attached to each other.
And you're around each other a lot.
A whole lot.
Yeah. A whole lot.
Never take the place of you two. So, like, when people, like, and it's so funny because when Nidra come, they be like, uh-oh. Don't say that because Nidra here, Toya.
It's true though.
Oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna take the place of my friend here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna try to take the place of nobody else's girlfriend.
Right.
That's just stupid. But we can all be friends. Like, I don't know. It's just dumb. I don't understand. I don't like the drama. Drama gets my stomach upset.
It really does. It really does.
I don't like it.
I don't like to have difficult conversations.
Oh, I don't like confrontational. I don't like it.
I mean, I will have it if I have to have it, especially if it comes from love, but I do not like it.
No. Like,
I actually just wrote a paper on courageous conversations.
Because you do not.
I don't. And people think, like, I tell people all the time, I'll be like, look, y'all think I'm tough, but I'm really not. I will cry first.
Yes.
I'm very sensitive. But if you bring the drama to me, I will.
Meanwhile, I'll be like, what?
I will be here to represent, but I'm just not gonna bring it to you. I just don't like it.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And I think also, like, with dealing with friends, especially like Alexis Sky is very young, and I don't know how old.
She looks like she got a lot of time.
I'm gonna check this.
How old? Because I feel like she. You know what? I could be putting her age on because how she's portrayed, what I said. And I feel like it's very immature.
Yeah, that wasn't nice what I said, but I do feel like she's been through a lot.
She's definitely been to be at her age.
So how old is she?
Let me see. I'm looking at. I can't really type right now. I've been drinking.
Oh Lord, let me go up on the other monitor and see.
I'm gonna find it.
Oh man.
Oh, she is young. She only like 25. Now this is on the internet. So let's give it to between 25 and 30.
Okay. Yeah, this date, July 14th, 1994, though.
Good God. Oh my God.
But Masika is 34 and Fetty Wap is 28.
He 28?
And Masika is 34?
That seems about right. 28.
You cockeyed with all them kids like that.
Yeah, I mean, that seems about right.
But you're right, because NBA Youngboy got about 5 kids and he ain't 20 yet.
He ain't but 20, 21.
When you told me that, I could not believe he was so young.
Yeah.
No, he's real young.
Yeah, he's very, very young.
His mother probably got age with that blue eyeshadow on.
Right, she probably is our age.
What Lord, I done lost my
NBA Youngboy is only 20 years old and he got 5 kids already. 5 to 6 children.
But he got time. Maybe he gonna find Jesus and turn his life around. He got time.
I don't know, Andrea. I don't know.
Kentrell Deshawn. And his kids are Caden, Casey, Taylin, and Kamari.
Of course they are.
Oh, you know what?
Vowels every day.
Between him and his mother and we ain't gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
I don't even get the Yaya Mayweather thing. Your daddy is filthy rich, so it's not like a clout thing. Like, you're not looking for the come up. So what?
Your daddy on some bull crap too, because your daddy was beating every woman he was with.
True.
He ain't really respect nobody.
Yep.
So she don't really know no better.
She don't know no better.
That's true.
But hopefully, at some point, I don't even know. I feel like Alexis Sky needs like Iyanla Van Zandt.
Oh, I'm sure. Hasn't she been on there?
She used to be in her bosom.
New beloved is have her digging in no dirt. Pouring dirt on her head. Like, she do need help, but it ain't Iyanla. It ain't the lady on my 600-pound life. She needs
Dr. Jeff.
She need the new black lady that be on the Love and Hip Hop. I mean, on the Housewives. She needs that black lady.
With the short hair,
and the little curls on the top.
Yeah.
She need her.
She do. Maybe that's what I do once I get all my certs. Maybe I'll try to go be like
Adrian, you would be so good at it.
You would.
Maybe that's my market.
I think so.
Move down to Atlanta. Y'all know I wouldn't be no good. I'd be like, you got a baby with who?
Oh yeah, because you're like,
My bad. Carry on.
And then you could bring me and Toya on like as case studies. Like, look, these are my friends, and this is what friendship looks like. And we have our own. Well, y'all have your own. So I don't really have no other friends other than y'all. But
yes, you do. One or two. Toya.
I mean, she do, but I mean, it's like
I can't with you.
I gotta work on it.
Man. It's too late.
I was just about to say, look, we've been talking about this for years. You 40, you about to be 41. If you ain't done it by now,
if you don't got no friends by now, it's just
this is who you are. This is who
right. Own who you are and just deal with it.
But anything else going on in pop culture, on the IG, on the Facebook, in the news, on the reality TV?
I'm so tired of all these labs popping up on my
Girl, I had said that too. I was like,
there's a whole bunch of lives.
People are so bored because the lives be popping up all the time. It's like people just at home just turn on their camera.
Right. What are you saying?
But my thing is, that's the last thing I want to do is turn on my camera on me. I just want to live in anonymity while all this is going on. Don't nobody look at me. I won't look at y'all. You know how much it took me to get together for today? I had to put on the
I'm trying to tell y'all, I had to straighten because I was trying to do my wet and wavy, but I looked too much like my mother, so I had to go back.
I had to fail twist out. I feel like our podcasts are chronicling my hair demise. Like, I first had it done, then I had it out, then I had it in ponytail. Last week it was looking crazy. Today I got my clip on in. Who knows what I'm gonna look like next week? Like, it's rough.
Girl, if I could attach some hair to this, I would, because I would probably have a full weave by now. But
actually, I like that little ponytail, Andrew. I might just take that up.
You know I like a ponytail.
And no, Nidra, you don't need no ponytail because you're going to be like, my scalp, my neck, my back, my...
I got a drawer. I might be curly next week, but I got to get my hair real
Andrea and Andy all over again.
One time.
Oh my God. Her hair, she was going to die.
So bad. It was like,
oh my
this. I'm like, that other ponytail did not feel like this. I don't know what happened this second time.
You know she got heavy hands. She put that joint in all tight.
I said no. I'm not. My Toya, like in my scalp. I'm not doing that.
You just take it out. Just take it out. But Toya, you know what I realized? And I don't know if you realized.
Hey, hold on.
Next week, we were supposed to be in Florida.
In Florida? Yes, I do.
And I was actually looking forward to Florida this time.
We had so much fun in Florida.
We had so much fun. We would have been in Florida next week.
Is this the same girl? Y'all see this? So Trey Young, you know, he plays for the Atlanta Hawks. I know him through Dylan. He has said
he's the light-skinned kid with the curly hair, right?
Yeah, he said CeeDee Lamb, you know, that's the boy we were talking about at the draft. And so he commented, was like, bruh said, nah, what you doing? But then someone said, ain't that your ex, boo? And they showed a picture of another light-skinned girl with the same kind of hair. So they were saying that she must be Trey Young's ex. And if that is the case, she don't play around. And that's
No, that's what Justin said. That's what Jay's father said, was that that's his ex. It's the same girl.
And he be knowing. So see, that's when I really gotta step in.
Now, if I was the mama, oh no. Oh, you was dating an NBA player last year, that didn't work out, and here you come for my son. Oh, no. I ain't gonna talk.
No, yeah, he said that's it's the same girl. The same girl messed with Young.
Like, I don't know who your mother is.
I mean, she
fly in here.
On one hand, from a woman's perspective, I'm like, you do what you gotta do, girl. But as a son's mother, not in my house, you won't. No, you won't. And I would pull DJ aside and I would be like, I can't stop you from doing what you're gonna do because you're a man. But I tell you what, every time you see her, you better have a whole bag of condoms. Because I feel like now you talk about a come up. She trying, because that's not a coincidence. No. Trae Young, this is his first year in the league too, right? Or second year. So I don't know if they went to the same college, but that ain't no coincidence. She know what she's doing. She
like, I got my eyes on you.
And I'm not necessarily mad at it.
That's what I said. As a woman, I respect your game,
but you gotta play it right.
Right.
You gotta play it right.
Not to be picking up people's phone.
Right. Exactly. You gotta play it right. You gotta play your position right.
And as a woman, I respect your game. As a mama, you got to do.
Yeah, I would be like to the little girl, like, you know what? What was that meme we saw? I don't know. I think one of y'all sent it. It was like when the mom was like, "Girl, you just need to take care of you and your kids." Like, girl, just take care of yourself.
And I would be like, look, what school is this? Because she must be up on campus somewhere. I'd be like, not here, sweetheart. Not here. Oh, I did not know she used to mess with Trae Young. Now, see,
wow,
I said, I'm mad at the game, but not at my house. Not
somebody else's son, but not my son.
Not my son. Because clearly she got her eyes on the prize. But we didn't go to schools like this, but I know my girlfriend who went to UVA, she said, oh, those girls, because those type of schools have people who have real draft prospects. And some of those girls, they be on it from freshman year. They go for the football players, the basketball players. They are mission. That's their goal to land one of them. And I'm just like,
I don't even have the energy.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have the energy.
I don't have time to be competing with other people. That's
the thing. Like, I don't necessarily okay, if you're like, I want to be taken care of. Like, if that's your thing, I'm not mad at it. Like, it is what it is. But you gotta play the role right. Like,
so Macklin was really good. He was really good in basketball. McDonald's, All-American, everything. He got pictures and everything. Prove it. Could have probably went overseas. Could have done a lot of things. But I couldn't imagine being chasing him.
Well, if you gotta chase, that's the problem. That's my thing.
Yeah,
I don't have the energy for it.
Yeah,
I just didn't.
It requires a lot. It requires a lot to do that.
You gotta have because I could see a lot of fighting going on with me. I just could see it would have been too much.
Well, my thing is, I don't think anything's wrong if you happen to be with a professional ball player, whether y'all met in school or not. But you could tell there are some women whose sole goal is to land that ball player.
That wasn't me. I didn't even know he was that good until I met him.
Yeah, and they look for it early on. They they are scouting, and that's different. And some people are raised like that. You hear about that all the time. Whose mothers tell them look, you go to school and you get that's
very well.
And you marry. And I guess, a security or whatever, that's just not me. My mother told me to get yours. You folks.
And keep a stage. That's what my mother told me. Keep a stage because that nigga might get to tripping and you got to go.
Always be able to take it. My mother told me when I was having problems with my marriage, she was like, you need to take care of yourself. So you can't come back. You cannot come back in my house.
My mother always said, because when you come back with, you don't come back alone.
Right. Right.
Like, I was like, you need to be able to take care of yourself. Don't come back in my house. And I was like, okay.
My mother said, you know what? If you got to come back, it's fine, but you don't come back by yourself. You got a package when you come.
That's so true. Like, so you get yours and you focus on your education. And I mean, you'll meet a person if it's meant to be, but
I told my kids that. I said, let me tell y'all something. Y'all leave when y'all can. Y'all leave when y'all can take care of yourself. Because when you come back, you don't come back by yourself. They was like, what that mean? I said, you'll find out.
Right. You don't come back by yourself.
So I was like, so you need to figure it out because when y'all leave, I'm turning every bedroom into a closet.
But my thing is too, like, you don't want to be that statistic, and I mean, we go on long, but I just don't want to be that statistic where, you know, you spent all your years in college chasing some potential pro, and then you ain't got no degree, you don't have a future, you don't have anything for yourself. Like,
yeah, that's it.
So like, if something happens, I mean, it's great if you happen to land a baller and y'all fall in love and he can take care of you. But what if y'all fall in love and he can take care of you and then y'all fall out of love? And then what you got besides hopefully alimony, but maybe not. And
right.
Then,
what you got? You struggling to pay your mortgage.
You know, do what you had to do to get a skill set, land a career.
Yep.
I said, I mean, I'm not knocking it, but clearly, young lady, this ain't a coincidence.
No. Not if you was trying to get the football and the basketball player.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's very interesting.
That's too much.
Yeah. All right, ladies. Well, anything else? We done talked about it all.
I'm a little tipsy, so I'm done.
We don't look as bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as we did when we started.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Well, I think
I don't know. I still got a little bit. Like,
is that like that little part you had last week?
That's what told me is because he said, "How you come in here with pints?" I said because that means that's mine.
That is funny. All right, well, as always, we appreciate y'all watching, listening, whatever you're doing. If you are listening on a podcast, why don't you go over to YouTube and you can see how crazy we really look while we're doing this thing. If you're on YouTube, you can always listen in your car on the podcast. And anything else y'all want to say?
No.
We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye.